Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the most wonderful time of your week. It is CommentForce number 3. Back in the saddle, back in actually 3 saddles. We've got myself, Zach, Jake, and Gabe along for this horse ride into eternal bliss.
We're just
3
horsemen.
Bad experiences with horses and saddles. I don't want to be. Can I sit somewhere else that's not a saddle, somewhere comfy?
What's that? What's it called when you do like the side saddle thing that like girls used to do back in the old Western movies?
Is it just like side saddle? Is that what it is?
I
don't know. Anyways,
we're
CommentForce.
We're gonna side saddle it straight into the first comment. Big thanks for all your comments. This is the video where we take comments from every video released during the week, find the best ones, the most interesting ones, the most curious ones, and compile them together into one video. So make sure you're commenting. Thanks for all the interaction thus far. Keep up the good work. First comment of the day comes from Tom Haberman, and he is speaking on the leak, the mysterious Switch that arrived in someone's house, and they claim that it just showed up from a retailer. And Tom says, "Hey, Switch Force, I just want you to know I love your videos, and I'm equally excited for the Switch as you guys. You've actually talked me into buying a few upcoming games, but that's not why I'm writing. I have a story to tell. I work for a shipping company. We get Nintendo of America, and a few days ago, some of the shipment from Nintendo went missing. By the way, the labels send them not to be sold until March 3rd. So a few guys I work with stole Switches. They could have been the guys who uploaded the video of the leaked UI. The timing lines up, but who knows? The point is, these guys got caught and fired. Not to mention they have to return the Switches. I, for one, am glad, because those Switches need to be sold, not stolen. Or what if those are someone's specific pre-orders? I'd hate to be the guy come March 3rd without a Switch because someone stole mine. But in the end, justice prevailed. Switchmas is almost here, and I couldn't be more excited. Sorry for the long comment. Well, don't be sorry. We appreciate your story. Now, we have no way to confirm or deny the actuality of this story, but it sounds pretty legit, and I would trust a very scary Mr. Mime if I saw
don't know
one.
if I would. He looks like he wants to sell me like psychedelic donuts.
Psychedelic donuts. Okay, that new channel, guys. Psychedelic donuts.
I'm just very. I don't
Yeah,
know.
let's copyright that right now.
Okay.
Psychedelic Donut Force.
Copywritten.
Fire up the copy machine, please.
Yeah. But this is interesting. I almost worked for a warehouse. Yeah. And they were like, even with the interview process, I went in for an interview, and they were like, they had like a yellow line that once you crossed it, no matter like if what you were doing, you literally had to get patted down on your way out because stuff would go missing so much. And they did video games. So people would just like open up a box and take the disc, and that's what the manager was telling us, that they do have problems with that type of stuff. So, things like this unfortunately do happen. Games do go missing. That's how games get, sold on eBay early and things like that. So
Yeah, and I've heard instances where Amazon warehouses get robbed, trucks get robbed. Way back when, if you go back in the time machine to the Thomas Edison era, I worked for Best Buy, and the specific store I worked at was having an issue with a
group Best Buy before electricity.
A guy that, hey, you had to buy other things. There was a group of guys that would come in, and they were literally like stealing like 40 to 50 video games at a time, which I thought was insane. But they were slicing the cases and just taking the discs in their coats.
wow.
So don't try that at home. Thank you, Tom, for reporting on the saved Switches, and Switchmas is officially back on. Next comment comes from Tommy Hill, and he says, "This guy sounds so much like Ghost Robo." And I get that a lot. We've got a lot of comments like that. I don't understand. Is that like an anime reference or I don't know if it's a meme or a YouTube thing. I'm gonna try to look it up, I guess, after the video. But I just wanted to bring this one out because we get it a lot, and I don't understand.
Yeah, we don't know who that guy is.
Anyhow, next comment, back to the long one, and this is where our audience is so awesome, because a lot of times they inform us of things we weren't even aware of. So Steven Elias Kaufman says, "So, guys, there are 2 types of Bluetooth connections, PicoNet and ScatterNet. PicoNet is the basic connection of 8 Bluetooth devices," and he's talking about how Konami revealed how you could link up a bunch of Switch systems and Joy-Con to play Super Bomberman R with more than 4 players. So PicoNet is the basic connection of 8 Bluetooth devices, but that's it. It goes up to 8. That's why on the Wii U, Smash, you could have 7 wireless controllers hooked up. But if you want to do 8-player matches, you need at least 1 GameCube controller. It's because the Wii U console itself counted as one of the 8 devices in the PicoNet. Now, the Switch is different. It appears the Switch is capable of hosting a ScatterNet, which is a bunch of PicoNets hooked together. Each Switch console would be a PicoNet with up to 7 other devices hooking up to it, including Joy-Cons and Pro Controllers, and then they would connect to the other PicoNets, the other Switch units. That's why this works in Bomberman. So really, if developers can get it to work smoothly with gameplay, there could theoretically be an infinite number of players for any Switch game, since each Switch has the processing power to host its own PicoNet and connect to the common ScatterNet. Bluetooth is cool. Now, I thought this was fascinating.
That is great.
I did look up PicoNet ScareNet, and he's spot on there. Now, whether or not the Switch can have infinite or not, we have no idea
I
about
don't
that.
think games can have infinite. They can't have infinite Bombermen running around. That'd be nonsensical.
If you mod it, so there's just like a million Bombermen like all on top of each other. Yeah. Or a Mario Kart course where you have like 50,000 lasers.
You make LA traffic in Mario Kart?
Yes. That is what we need. Replicate my real life, please. No, but I thought this was really cool. And I do like the fact that they have thought ahead for ways to LAN party it up with the Switch.
Steven. And I think it's cool that there's more than just one way. It's not like, 8 people on one Switch. It's like you could have, you guys, we made a video about this, but you could have multiple Switches and multiple people on each Switch all playing. Just like, they're just making there be so many upping the number of variables in their versatility, and I think that's awesome. So like, however you want to play, you'll be able to do it.
This is a great comment, by the way. I love it. Very informative.
Thank you, Steven. Evan Miller comes in next and says, accidentally received one. Again, about the leaked Switch. I call BS on this. I work in a shipping department, and it's almost impossible to ship something out accidentally unless someone has connections to get it out unknowingly, especially if it came from a big retailer. I would go out to say that Nintendo sent this one out to create a leak, to build hype without having to put out a direct. Whatever happened with this one out early, Nintendo needs to communicate to us to build hype as opposed to the cliche method of leaks. Those are my opinions. I thought this was an interesting theory.
I want to speak on this. I think there is 0% chance that Nintendo sent this thing out. Like, there's no way Nintendo created this leak. I don't think so. Like, is it possible? Yes. Like, it's likely not at all, in my opinion. But, things do go out early, though. They really do. It's happened before, just like with Amazon will sometimes send a game out before street date. Like, it does happen.
Yeah, and not to say that there's nothing nefarious going on, but I mean, occasionally there's just goof ups, mix ups, and errors that that happens everywhere. With regular game launches, with big console launches, with everything. Now, not to say that there's no chance Nintendo would calculate this, but I feel like this is a very interesting theory, and that's why I put it here. But I feel like Nintendo is the type of company that would not do something in a, sort of
schemy way,
dirty way like that.
Yeah, they're definitely very honorable people. I feel like they would definitely rather do it in a direct where they had control over it as opposed to sending something out.
And just like an honorable way, like with utmost clarity. If they're gonna, maybe they're not clear about the Switch, but if they're gonna do something, they're gonna make sure that it's through their main channels. Yeah, but I thought it was an interesting theory.
So wait, so we all believe that something nefarious happened with the leak, right? Just to put this topic to bed, hopefully. That's what I think.
I assume something at the warehouse happened, or someone, whether it was stolen or whether someone had a connection, like sort of the first commenter said. I would assume it's that rather than just a straight up accident. I mean, accidents could happen.
Yeah,
but I would say it's like 80% likely that something, a little bit, on the down low was going on.
Okay.
This next comment comes from our PlayStation Switch video, and just to affirm, those patents are official. Those are official images, and that is what they patented. Will it come to fruition? Probably not, but that is all official. That's not made up. And boy, did this elicit a firestorm of a response. Everyone, it seemed like, was very much against Sony doing anything remotely similar to Nintendo and felt ferociously that Sony has copied Nintendo in the past and did not want to see it happen again. That's why Rain the Insane says, "This is my worst nightmare. I hope it never happens." And he's a Mega Man boss, so I'm jealous. A lot of bad nightmares.
I'm jealous of his nightmares. If this is the worst one.
But I again, probably doesn't happen.
Yeah, I think we can rest easy.
I'm all on board the Switch train anyways. All right, Rendani Kobo comes in with a quizzical question. If you were a color, what would you taste like?
All right, Jake, give it to us.
This is a genius question.
This is for you, Jake.
Okay. If I was a color, what would I taste like? Probably like a psychedelic donut.
Shout out to psychedelic donuts, yeah.
Does that mean it even depends on what color you are, or is it just like if you were a color, what would you taste like? Do you have to taste like your color, or could you just taste like a color in general?
Yeah, could you be like
this
pink?
Is a very esoterical question.
Yeah, or is it two separate statements? If you were a color, what would you taste like?
No, can you be pink and still taste like a banana?
Sure. Maybe pink does taste like banana.
I feel like I would be logical. I would be orange and taste like an orange.
But see, like, he's
I know.
not
I know.
asking 2 questions. He's just asking one.
Okay, well, I know I would taste citrusy. I know that for a fact.
That's a weird thing to say, but okay.
Where does this come from?
I have a very strong intuition about this.
Okay.
Gabe,
If you were a color, what would you taste like?
If I were a color, what would I taste like? Be like a very vibrant red, and I would taste sour.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Again, I don't think he's asking what color would you be, but since that's the train we're going down, I would be like a light blue turquoise and taste like a blueberry smoothie. Not like a blueberry smoothie, like a very smooth.
I'd be a very pleasant sour though, like the type of sour that you want. Again, like a Sour Patch Kid. That's what I'd taste like.
All of a
The
sudden,
comeback sour.
Thinking of very strange taste test ideas in
All
my
right.
head. So before those actualize, let's move on. Poppy Senor says, in reference to single player and ARMS, for single player, they could do what they did for that sword fighting game on Wii Sports Resort. Have you on a set path to a certain goal and have you fight a boss character at the end, or do a certain amount of levels and then fight a boss character. So he's speaking of the mode where you're moving along a path, sword fighting along the way, and then you reach a boss at the end. And I thought that was an interesting idea for the ARMS single player. You know, it's uncertain how fleshed out that single player will be. If we look at other fighting games, you know, there's quite a wide range of arcade mode versus, you know, a very involved story mode. I hope we get cutscenes with the ARMS characters, but if not, I sort of like this idea.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they decide to do something like this, or it's more like open world fighting enemies and a boss, or if they just go with the classic like arcade mode, going through stages of fighting. Like, is there a mode outside of the ring?
Yeah, yeah, and this could be a way to do that if they weren't wanting or ready to do a full-on, like, I mean, like we've discussed, I hope that it is ARMS in the same fashion as Splatoon, where they blow out the gameplay in the world to something completely expanded for campaign, but yet to be TBD. I just like this idea, and people seem to be very excited for ARMS, so that's good. LaurieTV asks, I think, one of the most interesting questions of the week. Will there be a Switchverse community from the beginning of Switch? I don't know how many people, or I don't know many people who are going to buy a Switch, and I would like to meet nice players around the world to play several online games with, or just to talk. And I thought this was a cool thing. So we are going to find a way to make a Switchverse community. I'm not sure if that's going to be possible right away on the Switch itself, or after the app comes out, or if we'll need to do it via Discord, but we will find a way to make this happen.
That sounds fun. Then if one of you guys aren't available, I'll just be like, yo, Switchforce community, play with me.
Exactly. And you can just talk, too. You can talk about
stuff.
Worst nightmares.
Yeah.
Coolest thing you did in Zelda.
There we go.
Coolest thing you did. Coolest
Partner up
color
for
you tasted.
Clips.
Yes. By the way, there was new Snipper Clips footage this week, and they showed some crazy puzzles, like one where you have to raise a cactus out of the ground.
We all saw
that was
them,
awesome.
and it was great.
Fantastic. Okay, the Hammer Brother comes in with a LAN party desire. He says 2K17, I'm assuming he means NBA, plus 8 Switches, plus 8 Joy-Cons per Switch, plus 64 players equals March Madness tournament.
Whoa.
And Rebel One replies with the same thing here, back to the N64 days, man. And I thought that was a really cool, cool thought.
Just have a whole like schoolyard of people at your house playing a Switch bracket.
2K17 doesn't have like college teams. I mean, I don't know what he means. Like, I know like March Madness is college. 2K17 is NBA. I don't know, unless NCAA 2K17.
Make a dang bracket yourself, Gabe.
Yeah, with like the NBA teams.
Sure.
Oh, okay, yeah, why not? Go Knicks.
I just thought this was cool, and sports are probably a cool way. Tournaments in general, whether it's Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, Bomberman, sports titles. Splatoon, good way to get your local love fest on. The very best, reporting live on the whole Sony patent, says the Nintendo Switch, the Sony Swap, the Microsoft Shift. I just thought this was a very funny alternate future where all three companies make these hybrids and they all have S names that mean the same thing but sound a little different.
Please don't
great.
let this happen.
That's funny.
Reminds me
I like
of
that one a lot.
Reminds me of Paradigm Shift from Nintendo's like E3 press conference like 3 years ago, whenever that was.
All the companies are now shifting their paradigm
I guess,
to
I don't
Nintendo.
know.
Nintendo becomes industry leader, and they all are behind.
They all
the
bow
eight
to
ball.
Nintendo.
Also, Paradigm
Exactly.
Shift was in the combat for Final Fantasy 13. So shout out to that, I guess.
Yeah. Thanks, Gabe. Mike Bro Brown says, honestly, I really want Star Wars Battlefront 2 to make the switch. The original Battlefront 2 was only on the PSP and PC, so having another Battlefront on a mobile device would be amazing. I'm also glad about 2 players per console for local multiplayer, since it confirms that I can play with 4 of my friends just by using 2 consoles. Now, he is referencing the old original Battlefronts and the new Battlefront. That is one that I've said I hope comes to Switch. Not sure what EA's commitment level is to the Switch, but I think it would be a beautiful choice. Now, just to confirm, Battlefront 2 was on more platforms than just PSP and PC. It was also on PlayStation 2 and Xbox. But regardless,
I feel like if Battlefront 2 was going to come to Switch, we would know about it. Like, they would have said it. Like, they would have said, "Oh,
I mean, they haven't shown anything of it, even a logo."
No, I know, but we know the game is coming. So, like, they would have, you know how during the Direct they said, "Oh, we're bringing FIFA." I think they would have said, "We're bringing FIFA and Battlefront" or something. So I personally, I don't think it's happening.
And I will counter with the knowledge that the Battlefront 2 official confirmation for this year was in an EA investors call after the Direct.
Okay, cool. So yeah, there's still room for me to be wrong, and
doesn't matter unless they have the prequels.
I'll be.
Yeah, we need those prequels.
No, you guys are silly.
Yes, we do. We need the prequels. All right. Steve Gabbs again on the Sony patent front. Doesn't Nintendo have their own plumbers to deal with these leaks? And I just thought that was the perfect we just sign this guy up for my stand-up comedy.
I think this is the most liked video of the week.
Most comment, you mean?
No, 174 thumbs up on the comment.
Yeah, on the comment.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You said that was the most liked video.
Oh, no, okay.
Not after being a color and tasting like sour, now you're seeing words
Gabbs
as video.
Keep up his jokes though.
That's yeah. Steve, please fill our hearts with jokes.
Please.
In this rotten old world, we need more of your lighthearted humor. Then on to the accessory video where we discuss the top 5 needed accessories for Switch. Your friend Waffles Duck says, "How much do these friends cost?" Chris Cartoons replies, "Dude, I think they cost about $20."
He says duck, not dude, but okay.
Well,
No,
I'm
Duck
adding
is the guy's
personality.
name, you fools.
Genesect ZDB says, "If you buy a second Switch, you have a high chance of getting a free friend."
Ooh, which is my plan. I'm gonna go make Snipper Clips friends. It all connects.
Oh,
I don't know. You don't really need a
goodness.
second Switch to play Snipper Clips, but
No.
No, but
I
maybe
just
it's like
like
a blind
that-
box. You get a second Switch and one just comes in the box.
I like
Okay.
how it's like a cereal prize.
Yeah.
I like that the person asking about friend costs, his freaking YouTube name is your friend.
Well, he's trying to be a friend to everyone. And, well, maybe he's looking for this is like a money making venture. He's like, man, I'm a friend. If these friends, garner some significant cash, maybe I can profit.
There's gonna be like just thinking of okay, that's absurd. Craigslist is gonna have its own separate section for
No.
Switch friends.
We do not condone or endorse purchasing friends on this Switch Force.
Go on, please.
All right. Random Ginger King says, "I don't know whether to pick up another set of Joy-Cons or a Pro Controller, as I'm getting Super Bomberman R and want as many of my friends to be able to join in as possible, but the Pro Controller would be great for Zelda." Now, Carp Entertainment gives his opinion, and then we'll give ours. Carp says, "That's a tough decision. I'd say you just think about which you'll end up using most. Are you going to be playing more with your friends, or is that something you might do a lot at first, but not much in the long run? Go with your gut, though. There's no wrong choice." So I wanted to give our take, because this is something actually I thought about, too. Another set of Joy-Con or a Pro Controller.
I feel like we should make a separate video on this, but the quick and dirty version, Joy-Con, because the grip is better than the Pro Controller anyways.
But you already have a grip, so I say get the Pro Controller.
But why wouldn't you just have more? But then you can have up to 4 people playing instead of 3. Why don't you know?
Well,
Can you play the Pro Controller and 2 Joy-Con?
In theory, yes. So here's my thing. Get the Pro Controller, because you already have 2 Joy-Con and can do 2-player with the Joy-Cons. But in theory, you should be able to sync up a Pro Controller for a 3rd player. So then the Pro Controller is double usage, and you get to play Zelda how you want.
But
Just don't make a 4th friend.
Yeah, maybe we should make another video, but I say get Pro Controller. Zach says get Pro Controller. Jake says get Joy-Cons.
Yes.
There you go. Curblicated says Switch Bath Buddy.
Whoa.
That
was my product that I wanted to pitch. So we need to hook up with Shark Tank, and we're gonna manufacture a waterproof Switch Bath Buddy.
I just want
me and Curblicated.
I just want somebody to ask me like, "Oh, how's your life going?" And I can say it's curblicated.
That's I'm just glad that someone acknowledged the geniusness of the Switch Bath Buddy. Shantendo001 says, I hope we get a test fight with ARMS like the Splatoon test fire. Lucas Dunk comes back with, yeah, that'd be cool. Something like ARMS Global Train Your Punch. I don't know. You got a better, cooler name. I was just trying to be funny. But I think this is a cool thing. Nintendo, instead of calling them betas, just make them awesome names for everything. Test Fire, Test Punch, Train Your Punch. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think sparring would be better. Like ARMS spar run or something.
Global sparring.
Yeah, there
Test,
you go.
yeah, something. I don't know. I'm terrible at names. You guys can attest, but
Spar time.
Spar Force. Get out of here. Let's go to the next one.
Bring your Switch to the golf course and shoot for Spar.
Isn't that par?
Not now. The Aloe Wolf continuing the puns. I think ARMS will have legs.
I don't know.
I'm just glad we have such a clever community. I love you guys so much. Thank you.
Most of,
I would feel bad if this guy was serious and like he was saying like that. Like
no, he's got quotes around it.
What?
Most of this video is just me like laughing and giggling.
I don't
so
know,
this is
man.
great.
Could be serious. Like
Also,
higher
we
jump or faster dodge for customization.
No, I'm pretty sure the quotations imply that he's joking. But the good news is, thank you for your jokes. We've now turned Gabe from grump into goof, so all is well. All right. Caesar Brito says, or Caesar Brito, I think Nintendo's continuous trend of delivering good news with disappointing specifics has numbed my brain to believe it's amazing. My fanboyism is evolving. And this is in reference to a lot of things. You know, they mention like, hey, we're going to have DLC, and then people don't like the specifics. Or, hey, we're going to do online, people don't like the specifics. And I don't know, I wanted to comment on this because I'm sure some people feel like this. But at the same time, I have felt like the specifics aren't disappointing. They're just not fleshed out this time. I don't think the things are, at least yet, disappointing. I think maybe they're just not as explicit. And personally, I think the specifics of the Zelda DLC are very cool. And we'll get to some of those comments because people were very split on the DLC. But do you guys think that Nintendo is this is their MO, is sort of being the bearer of good news and then blurring the background info because it's not as cool as the upfront announcement?
Nintendo has gotten way too quiet. I feel like they should be more clear on things, and even with the Zelda DLC, the descriptions, like, they're not super clear all the time. Like,
sure.
I don't know. I feel like they could be a little bit more upfront and, you know, actually say what these things are, actually say what the online is and how it works, because we know that the online is going to be limited at first and we don't get the full online until later. So, like, tell us about how that is. And, you know, these are things people want to know. So I think their MO is to just be as vague as possible to keep people interested.
But I feel like we have the critical info. I understand like some of the online Virtual Console. That would be great to know. But the specifics of the Switch turned out to be fantastic.
Sure.
And I don't know if we can say the specifics of the DLC are disappointing or the specifics of the online are disappointing because we haven't seen it in action. Maybe they are, but maybe they're not.
Yeah. I mean, and it's only $20, which is I think gets lost on people.
Do you think at this point, we're now sitting here on February 18th, Direct?
No. I've been saying this for months. Like since the original Direct, I knew we weren't getting another one. I've said that multiple times.
It's an explore the Switch yourself experience.
At one point on the website under online, it says like check back after March 3rd for more information.
Yeah, they'll talk about it afterwards. But.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we will find out. Let's dive into a little bit of the Zelda DLC discussion. Benjamin West says, I am very fine with this DLC. We know the game is entirely complete as is. It is not as if Nintendo is shafting us with content. It is already complete. In addition, it does say new hard mode. I would imagine there's a default hard mode or hero mode built in. I'm fine with DLC as long as it is post-game completion and worth the money. People these days just want free stuff and they want it now. And that was the big crux of sort of the conflict was, were these features, these dungeons removed from the game?
One dungeon.
Or the dungeon, yeah, and the Cave of Trials, or was it created independently? And my thinking is this. How many Zeldas has Nintendo made without DLC? A lot. So their mentality would be to complete the game as is, and then on top of it, if they want to offer a season pass. So I have pretty good confidence that it is a complete game. And look, there is so much content in Breath of the Wild. You know, even if it was the case, which I don't believe, but even if it was the case that they pulled something out, you have so much there. I don't know that you would ever be wanting for those, quote, missing features if they were missing.
And
because
again,
It's so jam packed.
You'll never know whether it was pulled or not.
See,
just play the game and love it, and then if you want more, get the DLC.
See, but then there's also a double standard, like because literally, I was gonna say every, but like a good chunk of games already do this to you. They already sell you things that they originally made for the game that they just take out and they want to sell to you later. Games do that in on other platforms. That's a thing. So why would Nintendo doing it be a bad thing? You know what I mean? But I also don't think that they are doing it. I think that they are just like fully making this after. And I think that's why it's not coming until the fall, like the actual dungeon itself. But like if other companies are doing it and you're okay with it, you should be okay with Nintendo doing it.
Yeah, the way I look at it is like, to me, I was so excited because I was going to buy Zelda anyways, and a lot of people are complaining this is an $80 game now. But look, you don't have to buy it. It's an opportunity to continue playing Zelda later. And I do firmly believe that this is additional content, not removed content. And therefore, this is the first time that you will have the option in a console Zelda to add on to it and experience more of it after you play. And you don't have to buy it right in summer or right in holiday 2017. It'll be available. So if you take a longer time to get through Zelda, or you need a break after beating Breath of the Wild, it'll be there for you to come back and possibly on sale in the future or some eventual Game of the Year edition. Regardless, like, it's extra stuff. And you could say like, oh, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe should have been the original Mario Kart 8, but like, if had that DLC never came out, you would have been perfectly satisfied with 8, and now you get another chance, or 2 chances in the case of 8, to experience DLC and come back to the game. And I don't know, that made me excited personally.
The this is now an $80 game thing makes no sense to me because you guys are paying $120 for other games. Like Battlefront, I mean, we spoke about that earlier. To get everything in Battlefront, it was over $100, and people did it, and no one complained. And
you can totally just get the base game.
Yeah,
I really don't think you're getting a lacking experience in any way.
And again, I just want fairness and parity. If you're okay with other games being $60 and then selling you like a $40 season pass, why aren't you saying, hey, now this is a $100 game? Say that over there too. You know, just if that's your opinion, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But just be aware that Nintendo isn't just doing this and no one else is. Everybody does it. And
if it helps Nintendo profit and keep the Switch going strong and make more and more games, then I don't know. To me, that sounds like a good thing. But let's get the other side, which is King Kid Rule back again.
He's back.
He says, the reason why no one gives a crap about this is because we haven't even played the game yet. We haven't played through the story. No one never even asked for DLC stuff on a Zelda game to begin with. I'm focused on playing through this vast open world and enjoying playing every step of Hyrule's land. The last thing I would think about was playing a new DLC pack and story when Nintendo should have just announced this after the game was out.
Then don't think about it and don't play it.
Like, you're not forced to buy this. You're not forced whatever. And just enjoy the game. The game will still be the game, and I really don't think it's a lesser or lackluster experience because of the DLC. So if you don't want to think about the DLC, don't think about it. But to me, again, it's pretty exciting that you have the option. For people that want it.
I think it just goes kind of back to their not wanting to have any gaps in anything and just constantly having like little things pop up in the interim between their big staple games, their big pillar games, to like keep you going and keeping you wanting more. I don't think that it was their intention to be like, oh, like dangling like the fish above the cat, like, oh, we have this and we took it out, so if you want it, you have to pay us more. Like, I don't think that was. I think they were trying to go for more of a, you're gonna love this game, and plus we're even giving you the opportunity to have even more of it, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think that sums it up perfectly. So Robert Baer and a whole bunch of other people come in and let us know that JOYCON BOYZ originated from from Etika and the Etika World Network. Thank you for filling us in on that. For some reason, I thought it was.
Now someone fill me in on what Etika is on the Etika World Network.
He's a dude.
No, I know. I'm joking.
Okay, please, yeah.
That felt so flat. You are not like what's his name, Steve?
Yeah, you need
Steve
to go
Gabs.
to Steve's School of Comedy. Yeah, go to Gab's Gaffs and learn.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And then the final comment of the day just showcases the love for Nintendo and the desire for that Switch. Simo Fishy says, even if this turns out to be the greatest system ever made, the handheld PlayStation thing, I would not be buying it because I'm tired of Sony copying Nintendo all the time. And I don't know if Sony copies Nintendo. There definitely are some extreme similarities. It seems like Nintendo is often first to market with unique ideas. But I wanted to use this instead to applaud the love and support and excitement that surrounds Nintendo and surrounds the Switch. And we cannot wait. Like, look, there are, what? One more CommentForce until Switch?
Yeah.
That's crazy news.
Maybe we'll
One more
see in a second. Who knows?
So there's this CommentForce, then the one next week, and then the third CommentForce, we will have the Switch, and people have played it, and we'll have things about that, which is insane. So such exciting times. Such a wonderful group of people to share it with. Thank you for all your comments, all your love, all your support on the videos throughout the week. Hopefully, we'll have an even more fun week next week, and we will have a whole new slate of comments for CommentForce once again. For now, though, I think we are going to close the big book of comments and say
We
goodbye.
actually do have a book, by the way.
Yes, we print out all your comments, we paste them with a little bit of Elmer's glue, and then I put it on my hands and pick it off. You guys ever have a glue fetish?
Yeah, but no, that's not what I said. Why did you take it and skew it so weirdly?
Well, because when I was young, I would put glue all
Wait,
over
no,
my
outro. What happened? Stop.
I would put all of the glue all over my hands, and then I would slowly let it dry. And then I would pick the glue off of my hands, and it created a euphoric sensation in my brain.
I'm so sorry for bringing that about, viewers. Switch
Just had
Force.
to let you know. Gabe?
No glue fetish for me.
No. Let's give a quick highlight at what's coming in the coming week. We don't know because Nintendo hasn't released anything.
What are you doing?
All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. These outros, they're just my joy. So I'm sorry. Anyhow, until next time, everyone. Thanks for watching. For myself, Jake, and Gabe, Switch Force out.